You know, I think I'm using too thick of a microphone cable. Hello. I'm Jeff Gerstmann. And I love thick microphone cables. No, I got this, well, you can't really quite see it all the way here. But this microphone arm has room for you to tuck the cable in and run it down the length of the arm and out the other end and all this other stuff. But every time I move the arm, it pops up. This little metal piece pops out and ruins my fun. And it's magnetized, so I can kind of put it back in there like this, and it will stay until I move it again. Well, we'll see. Hi, everyone. It's Wednesday. And there are video games in the world. That's what I've been told anyway. I threatened people with it yesterday, and I think we are going to make good on that and play a little bit of High on Life. I did mess with it a little bit last night, and yeah, I don't know. It's do you like the voice and style of a Rick and Morty? That seems to be the early dividing line. I think the other dividing line is that I don't know that it's a very good video game, but it's there's a production to it all that you're like, oh man, yeah, it really seems like people spent a lot of time making this very middling thing. And I guess like that is to say, I think it lives and dies by its comedy. At least that's my impression so far. Because I don't think the game is good enough to carry it. Well, maybe we don't. I don't know. I just said it. Said everything I need to say. Maybe we don't need to play it. I don't know. But yeah, I did install that. There's another game called Synced that is in some kind of open beta that I'm curious about. In a techno-apocalyptic future, you are a runner who joins the war with deadly techno creatures called nanos inside the sealed exclusion zone known as the Meridian. It looks kind of like Outriders to me. I don't know. Waldorf says, I like Rick and Morty, but that game really does bring out the worst qualities of his writing. Yeah, it's you know what? Let's get into some High on Life. If we're going to talk about it, let's at least look at it while we're talking about it. Okay, let's hit this, and we'll hit this. And then we'll hit this, and I guess I'm just gonna be down in the corner with the background behind me because that stuff broke when I. Oh, you know what? Actually, I can just turn it back on. That's not a. For some reason, I was like, oh well, if Stream Effects doesn't work, then I can't use that. But that's not a Stream Effects thing. That's a separate. It's a separate deal. So we can do this. Hello. So the idea here, if you haven't heard it, is you're some dude who likes playing video games. You got a sister who does who has some cocaine at the beginning of the game. Anyway, aliens appear on your planet and are attempting to enslave the human race. And by enslave, I mean they are getting for the appearance here. Is that they are smoking the humans like drugs. So the humans are the drugs for the aliens. And so you find a talking gun who then helps you warp your home, your entire house, to another planet wherein we have become a bounty hunter by finding a down on his luck bounty hunter, who was that guy on the title screen there. And yeah, here we are. Okay. So this is like our first bounty mission, I guess.
Yes! Oh my god, I could do this all day. Doesn't this fucking rule? God, I love spewing big gloopy globs.
It's like his cum. See, he's like joking like it's.
Yeah, we
he's
can't
like,
get inside that lug locks without something really sharp.
it's like it's come from his, you know, but he's
Oh,
a
hey, you want to see a cool party trick I used to do? Aiming at those platforms. Come on, give it a shot. It'll be fun.
That you mean the thing I just did back there that you're now trying to do a tutorial on? Splatforms with green goop on them. I mean, that was the thing over there. It had, but is there another one around here that is triggering this message that I'm like not seeing? No, that's right. It was here because I already knocked it down. Thanks, game. I will say I think the checkpointing in this game is pretty terrible. Where like you load it back up and it's like, oh, watch this whole cutscene that you watched already, and I'm like, I don't want to do that.
I'm so lonely over here. I got all this great information I could share. I'm just sitting here. Hello there, friend. Can I help you?
I'd say that's the style of the comedy in this game is a guy going like, oh, if only someone would come over here and talk to me. I've got so much information. Like it's almost like the writing has the vibe of someone who played a lot of games, but also doesn't like them. If that makes any sense. Like the vibe is just like, oh, games do all this stupid shit and we're going to call it all out. We have nothing to say about that stupid shit. We are not going to make a better game that doesn't have that stupid shit because that would take vision. And so instead we're just going to call out like, here's all these obvious things. And like the enemies will say things like, I'm the toughest enemy in the game. And it's like, fuck, what? Shut the fuck up.
Do you know how we can get to Nine Torg?
Buddy, all I know is fish, and I barely know fish. But let's just pretend there's a laundromat you can sneak through to get to Sludge Works over there.
Are we pretending, or is there really a laundromat?
Come on, kid, take the hint. Either we're pretending, or Nine Torg's goons kill me for squealing.
Oh, okay, I got it. We're pretending.
Oh, Christ, just follow that path along the sludge.
Hey, thanks for the info, wise fisherman. We'll see you later.
Have a good day now.
Okay, so that seemed to be aiming over there somewhere, I guess. So, well, did I just go here early and now, well, okay. We had to shoot the bot. Okay, right, yeah. Got it. Like there are aspects of the game that, you know, like from a premise.
Hold up, don't shoot. I got an idea. It's another trick up my little slimy sleeve. Try hitting him with my glob shot. Take your time and aim right.
You're gonna kill us now, aren't you?
Oh, God, please don't. Don't do that. Don't shoot a glob of your goop at us and knock us into the sludge or anything like that. Please don't.
Hey, come on. You know what to do, pal. Come on. You know exactly what to do. You know what Poppy likes.
Hey, come on. Now, don't kill us. You're really strong. You don't have anything to prove. You don't need to shoot us into the sludge. Don't use your goop globs on me and knock me in, and don't use your goop globs on him and knock him in. That terrifies me. I hate this. I hate trying to have to convince you to not kill us and not shoot us with your goop and shoot us into the sludge. I hate having to have this conversation.
You think you fucking hate it?
What even is that stuff? Is that like your bodily fluids? Is that shit? Are you shooting shit at us? Your green shit? Yeah, that sucks too. And even if it's not your shit, it's still like weird. Like, what is it? Is it booger? This sucks. This fucking sucks. You're not gonna kill me, right? No, thank you so much, right? You just said right? I'm so glad you agreed not to kill me and not to shoot me into a sludge.
Whoa, perfect shot! You fucking nailed it! How sick was that? Whew, okay, I gotta recharge. It doesn't take too long, but it's a little longer when there's enemies nearby, you know? My body gets too tense. It's like trying to piss when someone's watching, you know?
I'm really surprised at the restraint in this game. that it hasn't
My
yet
trick
made
hole's ready for you. Let's glob them.
a joke about you basically jacking off the gun there. That there isn't, and maybe you'll get a gun later on where you have to stroke it more often. And you know, I'm 1,000% convinced that that joke is in this game somewhere. You know what I mean?
We can't open those yet. We're gonna need something sharp.
Oh, fuck! They're here! The bounty hunter who killed our friends is here!
Fuck. Oh shit, here come more guys. Go nuts. Use my glove shot and then just shoot them in the air and juggle them. It's gonna look sick. And now, juggle them. Damn, that was close. Look, it's tough. I know it's tough. Just try again. Just try it one more time.
I thought we were strong, right? We're not.
I guess this time I ruined your picnic.
Weak.
Get ready for another wave, bounty hunter.
What I was afraid of. They're all dying. We're getting slaughtered.
You've been squished.
I thought we were strong, right? We're not weak, are we?
Don't keep shooting them while they're in the air. You can juggle them, and it does more damage, and it looks cool too.
Target practice? That doesn't feel good, because I thought I was like a...
Was that a dead enemy talking? Okay.
I feel like we might just be like really weak enemies, like just the ones they put at the beginning for like target practice. That doesn't feel good, because I thought I was like a strong guy. Please don't kill me, please!
You shot. Fuck yeah! Oh. Looks like he was die clean only. All right, this has to be the way to 9 Torg. Let's keep moving.
It's it really feels like this distillation of just like some real, just like the worst fucking.
Hey,
Like,
careful with the merchandise.
Whoa, hold up a bit.
You got a
Let's
fire
listen.
lined up and everything. They're gonna be here any minute. Just patient.
Oi, fuck you! I'm sick of this! I want to tear through someone's guts!
Oh, I think they're talking about Gene's knife.
Ah, fuck you!
Got it, freak. We've had enough of your bullshit.
Yeah, it's your fault Stevulax is dead. I was in love with him. Did you know that? I loved him. And now his head's cut off.
Just the way it should be! Fuck him!
Hey, guess what? I have another secret trick you can use. The power of negotiation. Let's try reasoning with these guys. Knock on the door. Tell me how you want to play this.
Fuck you insufferable fucking cunts. When I'm loose, you're not gonna want to see what kind of
Who's there? Who are you?
Hey. Hello there, friends.
Oh, I think it's the buyer.
Hey, are you the buyer?
No, it's me, your lover Stevulax. I'm back from the dead.
What? Oh my god, baby! You're alive! Your voice sounds different, though.
Let's play along. No shooting.
Wait, you're not my dead lover, Stevulax. You're just a person. Oh, what a good trick. You tricked me. Nice job.
They told us this buyer was a real prankster.
Oh, you. Come on. That was pretty fucked up. That joke is gonna fuck me up.
You got him good. Okay, though, but enough of that. Let's
fuck,
show them-
man.
All right, here's the product. A genuine talking knife. I gotta be honest with you. He's a real piece of shit.
He's extremely violent. He basically only talks about wanting to kill people in very disturbing ways.
Fuck you! I'm gonna carve out your anal cavity. Gonna make it 3 times as big. Your shit's just gonna drop right out of there.
See what I'm talking about?
Oh, perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for.
Oh, fuck yes! Thank you! Pleased to meet you. I'm Knifey. Now use me! Let me fucking stab these cocksucking hands!
Oh, just a reminder, don't do anything crazy when you're holding the knife. Just like look at it, see if you like it, put it back. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, fuck yes! Finally! You have no idea how long
my
I've been
God,
thinking about
you
this!
killed the
Yes, fuck yes! More! I need more stabbing! Hey, you, listen, point me at your raw, fleshy little tummy and jab me right into there. Let's get all those guts torn up. Let's see that fucking red goop spill out. I can't stop now!
Oh, that's a pass for us. Is this really the knife Gene was talking about?
Gene? Did you just say Gene? Okay, change of plans. Bring me to Gene, So I can fucking decapitate him!
Wait, what? Why? He sent us to rescue you.
Oh, that's rich. There's no way I'm forgiving him, though, for leaving me with that fucking Nine-Torg. He's dead to me!
Huh? You know Nine-Torg? We're trying to kill her.
Oh, perfect! Finally, we're on the same page! Let's kill Nine-Torg. Get him, Gene!
Okay, definitely Nine-Torg, but let's put a pin in the whole Gene thing. How do we get out of here?
With my tether ability! I'm more than just a knife, you racist! I can tether too! Look up and latch on! Yeah, there we go! Fucking cool, right? You gotta use me to swing
It's not
across
that
this
cool.
sludge.
Like, it's not that cool. Honestly.
Oh, fuck yeah! Not as good as stabbing, but still pretty good.
Well, all right. Where to next?
The Sludge Works processing plant. Nine-Torg was talking about some traitor she had to deal with. Probably another one of her clones. 5-Torg or 6-Torg or whatever. I don't know. There's too many now. There's too many Torgs.
How many clones are there?
Who the fuck cares? Stop thinking so hard and just look for the big Sludge Works sign. I want to stab somebody. Oh, lug locks! Use me! I can open those fuckers up real good. And there's loot inside for you too. Win-win, yes.
Yeah. So you know, like, I think there's aspects of that whole thing that happened.
So you mentioned that Gene gave you to Nine-Torg?
Fucking shut up.
Gamble me away in a game of space poker. That sack of shit.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking eyes. Even the wonky one. Especially the wonky one. Hate that one.
Oh. Like, I think if you look at this on paper and go like, okay, okay, we're gonna have talking guns, they're gonna have personalities, and you're like, okay, yeah, no, there's gonna be a knife who loves to kill and is constantly trying to get you to cut people up, and
What happened to Gene? Didn't he
like,
used to
I think
be a
that's
hero?
you know,
Used to be.
that's a really
Hard to
solid
tell these
premise.
days,
I think
right?
that like
Towards the end, the only thing I was cutting for him was sandwiches. Not even the good ones. Peanut butter sandwiches. And no fucking jelly. Not even like ham or anything good.
caption misspelled there.
Unstabbable. Use me on him. I want blood. Oh, yes. Oh, do this every time. Never fire your Gatlian again. Please, just use me for killing now. Making a knife for you only any % run.
Oh, hey, there's some Gatterall. That'll fill me back. Oh, thank Jesus. Okay, feed me that Gatterall, baby. Come on, put it in my little mouth. Feed me the Gatterall. What's wrong with you? Don't you know how important that is? Oh, Mamma Mia, that's the stuff. Oh, Sludge Works. Nine-Torg should be here.
Killer approaches.
It just like I was saying, I
Fight my ex-brethren! Fight for your lives and avenge our fallen!
on paper, there's something about the idea of like a talking knife who loves to kill. You're like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Like you could write jokes about that, and they did. But I fucking hate all of them. Like the tone again. There's something about the tone of this game that just comes across as like fucking hateful of video games. It doesn't come across as like, ah, yeah, we love video games, and that's why we're referencing them all the time. It's like, no, we have some real specific fucking issues with video games, but like this video game has all those same fucking issues, so we're just gonna write the jokes. And that's like the worst fucking combo you can have, right? Is like you've written something that acknowledges that the game has problems without fixing those problems. And just, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I think it super fucking sucks.
Reveal yourself, you damn dirty criminal! It'd be easier if y'all surrendered.
What the fuck?
hugger in
It's
here.
soaked in the fluid that are at all costs.
Let's ride this way. Come on, kill.
Kill, yes, yes, kill,
We're
murder.
all gonna die. Not sure why we're still fighting, but let's just keep going until we all get killed, because why not?
Come on, if you let us kill you, it'll make us climb the Torg ranks.
Whew, okay. I'm not sure what came over me there. I think I got caught up in the moment or something, but hey, good work, team. Let's go get 9 Torg.
And so, you know, like, whatever. I feel like I'm already predisposed. Like, I've been exposed to enough of this dude's fucking writing that it's not surprising that I'm sitting here going like, man, fuck this. And, you know, the people who like that shit, maybe they'll like this shit.
that
But
9 Torg
Jesus
talking?
Christ.
I've always said you were the worst, Torg. You know, 7 Torg said the same thing right before I killed her. Damn you! And you're next.
You got this.
You've got this. Was that a Mass Effect Andromeda reference?
Well, come on, admit it. We're hurting you.
No! Fuck you!
Jesus, it's so gross you even went in there.
Sludge tastes like shit!
Yeah, so stop diving into it. Shit, she's filling the place with sludge. Stay in the air.
Better not fall in!
Hey, I'm still here. You can still use me if you want. I can deflect attacks. Did you know that? I'm not just all about stabbing. Well, I'm mostly all about stabbing and tethering, but I can also deflect attacks. I'll slice them to fucking death. I'll cut their fucking heads off. I'll rip their limbs. I'll fucking do everything. I'm gonna fucking cut right into them. I'll cut their fucking asshole off and eat it.
Take that!
Yeah, yeah. Man.
Yeah, bitch!
Oh, whoops.
Surprise! Flashbang! Hey, it's me, Flytor! Kill my shitty clone! I'm rooting for you! Are you even a real bounty hunter? Ooh, incoming laser!
Hey, you're just as nice and squishy on the inside as the rest of them. Let me at her, bounty hunter!
Wow, we're having our first real boss fight together.
Dude.
I'm the strongest out of all the Torg clones! I'm impressed you made it this far. My ant soldiers are extremely strong.
Honestly, I don't think that we're new at this. Kill them all.
That really hurts!
Just die already. Take that.
Yeah, bitch! It tickles! In a painful way. Haha!
Oh, I need to. Okay. Pretty generous window on that deflect.
I'm taking you with me!
Just stay alive. I think she's basically done for.
Hey, nice work killing 9 Torg.
Thanks. Wow, we killed a bounty. How do you feel, bounty hunter? I feel pretty good. I really didn't know if we'd be able to pull it off.
All right, it's time.
Time for what?
Time to carve out a piece of her. I'm thinking we go with a full
Oh God, I can't look. I can't.
Oh, fucking hell, she's a gusher.
Couldn't you have just taken like a fingernail, some spit, maybe a blood sample?
Yeah, sure, could have, I guess.
Hey, I'm 5 Torg. Thank you for killing my evil clone. I don't mind if you mutilate her corpse, really. It's fine. You did such a good job. That was like off the hook.
You're not gonna take over and end up being just as evil as 9 Torg, right?
Oh, don't worry. Things are gonna be a lot different around here.
So no more crime then?
Oh, not that different then. Technically, all of us Torgs are evil clones, so I'm still gonna do a bunch of crime. But we're cool.
Huh?
Far as I'm concerned, you're a friend of the Torg family and welcome here anytime. An honorary Torg. You can be 10 Torg. Now, if you'll excuse me, my day just became very full.
Are you gonna be okay if we just kind of leave you hanging up there?
Oh, yeah, I can get down just fine. Hanging from ropes feels nice for my species. Hey, it's good for our backs. I'm actually the one who put myself here.
Okay.
All right, let's go home and turn in our first bounty. Hey, you know, that was some pretty solid bounty hunting back there. I mean, don't get too cocky about it or anything, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah, not bad. That was some good killing. And I'm somewhat of a killing expert, actually.
I can't wait to see Gene's face when he sees we pulled this off. Let's head back up through the slums tunnel. I don't know why that guy even bothered attacking us. I almost feel bad.
Oh yeah, we did pass a bunch of the stupid boxes. Now that we have a knife, we can cut open the special boxes. I would hate to miss out on all this loot. Yay. Yeah, it's, you know, it...
Hey, feel free to keep exploring, but whenever you're ready, we just gotta go through the tunnel that we came here in. You know, that tunnel?
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the vibe I get off this game is just like, it almost feels actively fucking hateful.
So it finally happened. Someone killed my son.
Your son?
Yep. The kid
To the medium. If that makes sense. I don't know if you're picking up what I'm putting down, but it's just like
kids, I'm drawing the line. So
something about it that is just like its attempts at meta commentary just really come across as just like this really narrow view of what video games can be and do. And
quit lollygagging. Take me to Gene and let's stab him in the gut.
I don't know. It just sort of sucks. Just like I think that's really shitty. Nice of them to fucking wait until you complete the first mission and be like, hey, you can make these fucking things shut the fuck up if you want.
What's it like up there? You gotta tell me.
Oh, you're back. Hey, yeah, my leg's still very broken.
Welcome back to my amazing place.
I feel like the vibe of this game should allow me to kill everyone in it. Like that is... I'm like slightly surprised by that. But it's just like, you know...
I'm still pissed at you.
Hey, I hope you had a good time in the slums. Come visit any time.
Just don't talk to me.
However, there's something plaguing our city far worse than any of those issues. Cold, hard drugs. These figures don't lie. However, things don't have to be this way. As Chancellor...
All right, so... mods, upgrades. Slime everything until Kenny runs out of energy or Nickelodeon sues us, in which case hire us some lawyers, pay for our lawyers, do it, support indie gaming. Dude, get fucked. Fuck off.
Under my 5-year plan, all drugs will be eradicated. And that's the Klugnugman promise. Thanks to our new...
I guess I should go back to the house, huh?
Hey, listen here. I want you to meet my son. Hey, son, come out here.
Hey, what's up?
Huh, why is the door closed?
Meet him. He's looking for a wife.
Yeah, I really need a wife.
Who is it?
Yeah,
You got my Munch Dash delivery?
What? No, it's us.
Oh, shit. Really? Good job. Oh, hold on.
Is that Gene? Okay, get ready. I want you to stab me right into his fat little belly.
It's been a long time since I've done anything with anyone, and I really want someone.
Okay, that's it. See you guys. Bye. Oh, fuck, we forgot.
What the hell, Gene?
He installed new locks because he assumed you get killed. He keeps saying it's his house now.
What? No. I just took the liberty of upgrading your security. Did you really kill Nine Tog, though?
Yeah, we actually did.
Well. Didn't think you had it in you. I'm really blown away. I'll be honest with you. I expected you to die.
Oh, thank you.
So, what did it feel like, killing Nine Tog?
Look, I gotta be honest, it felt good. It felt great. I mean...
Hey, Gene, lift up that shirt and expose your soft little belly for me. I'm coming in hot.
Yeesh. Forgot how psycho he was. Why don't you just, hold on to him for now?
Oh, sure, yeah, we'll keep him far away from you.
Yeah, thanks. Now, go turn in your bounty at the Bounty 5000. I got it all set up for you.
No, seriously, let me stab him.
Yeah, we're gonna do this.
What the fuck? You have to do
come
everything
on.
the fucking UI tells you to do?
Yeah. Fuck you, Gene, you piece of shit.
Fuck this game, you piece of shit.
I've lived through worse.
Okay, he's tough. Let's try again later then.
Ugh.
Well, there you go. You're a real bounty hunter now.
Huh, would you look at that? I guess we're really doing it.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to get your footing so quick. I don't even have any leads on any G3 bounties. You ever, serious about going after them, huh?
You bet. We'll take them all down, including Garmantuous.
Well, you're welcome to try.
Anyway, I guess, from a pure gameplay perspective, like, the game feels roughly competent, but I don't feel like the shooting is very good. Obviously you get more weapons later on, so...
I'll have some G3 bounties ready for you by the time you get back.
Sure, sounds good.
Thanks, maybe that aspect of the game improves, but there's the
Right, got it.
The way the ADS feels, there's the different aspects of this just feel pretty rotten.
You're really gonna need that Dodge unit from the
Shut
pawn
the
shop.
fuck up.
The suit's not really complete without it.
What, while you were off murdering a gang lord in the slums? How is it down there? Any cool shops, or is it just sort of depressing? Everyone up here just makes the slums sound really depressing. I'm probably just gonna not go down there, to be honest. But it is pretty crazy you killed a gang lord. And she was a woman, though. Not very feminist of you to kill a woman in power.
Look, I know Mister keeps annoying, but you gotta put up with him and buy back that Dodge unit.
Oh, man. What to even say? And it's, whatever. Like, it's again, I think there's aspects of this that on paper you go like, oh yeah, of course, that sounds great. That sounds like something I would enjoy.
Check us out at www.shockcollaralien protection offensive, making sure that people won't hurt.
I don't, because I curse up a storm. I swear a lot. It's just how I talk. It's how I've always talked. But gosh. So it's like, it's not the swearing. Like, I think that's the thing. Like, oftentimes when there's criticism of a game like this.
Hi, is this Slippo's Pizza? I want a
there will be people who will be quick to be like, "Oh, you're just a prude. You can't handle how edgy it is." And it's like,
and I know we have the tech for that.
Dude.
Why are you still delivering pizzas by foot? Just zap them to me. There's like 10 different ways you can do it by now. Portal door, warp base, anything. I don't care. Just get it to me right now. Wait. Never mind. I'm not hungry. Bye.
great. I thought the pawn shop was here. Am I wrong? Oh, I guess I can actually use my thing, huh? The range on that is bad. Okay, there we go.
Hey, Gene said you might have the old Dodge unit that goes with this bounty suit.
Oh, yeah. We got that. Why? You want it? I want it too. So it'll cost you.
Yeah. No, we know how buying stuff works. Hey, whoa, easy there, Toncho. We gotta buy the Dodge unit first.
Drum. All right. Any of this shit look like a fucking Dodge unit? Oh, what's their loot box joke? Oh, that's very good.
You having fun up there, dipwad, hopping around on all our shelves?
Great
Fun
choice.
up there, dipwad, hopping around on all our shelves.
Okay.
All right, there you go. One Dodge unit. Have a nice life.
All right, we got it. Let's try this bad boy out and then head back to Gene.
Hey, thanks for your purchase. Smell you later.
Okay, a Dodge. You can do in the air. I guess let's get I think
tired?
the
That
only
doesn't make any sense.
I think the last thing I'm kind of curious about with this game is, like, you know, does the second weapon feel any better?
Okay, great. You got the Dodge unit. So how about it? Think you're ready for the big leagues, kid?
What do you mean?
The big league, the G3 cartel. That's the next step, taking down their head officers.
Okay, you're positive that we're ready for that?
Yeah, whatever. Might as well try. But they won't be pushovers.
I feel like
the
the pace is really exhausting on the dialogue. You know, there's
you know that. You know my whole deal. But hey, it's your funeral. So go check out the Bounty 5000.
which, you know, like, I guess, like, credit to the writer at some point, the writers, I guess, at some point, that a lot of this stuff,
you can pick which one you want to let kill you first.
feels like it's coming from, like, one place, you know? Like, there's a singular voice to this game, which, like, in one sense is like, well, at least it's consistent, but also, like, every character just talks at you with the same level of stupid shit. You know what I mean? My understanding is that this entire film is in here, which, great. That's okay. Yeah, that's good. You know, just like the darkness. but it's the sort of thing that makes you long for the fucking subtlety and nuance of the writing of Borderlands, you know? Like, it's just like... Like, aspects of this game, like, look okay, like the environments and stuff like that.
Oh, shit. A G3 Grenton. Okay, now the cartel knows we're here.
Whoa, rude, never mind.
Are you fucking... Did you think it was a good idea to go in here? What is wrong with you? Whew. Wow, they only brought me here a couple of times. Looks like they haven't ruined this part of the jungle yet. Listen, if any part of you is feeling bad about killing these little mites, don't. Leading scientists looked into it, and they have no feelings. They're just like, I don't know. What do you have on your planet? Like fish? Did that translate right? Translator microbes. You ready, bounty hunter? We're gonna kill you, you fucking mites. Oh, these things. Okay, do you know what fan plants are? You shoot the little bud, and then the thing does the thing it does, and you know what? You'll figure it out. You know what? You'll see. Just shoot the thing. You got it. You got it.
Okay.
I can't hear you. I'm heading into a tunnel. No, I'm just kidding. Just some cell phone humor, just to lighten the mood, you know? Oh, Fergalden. Oh, man, you actually have a lot in common with these guys. You know, aside from all the hair, you know, you're both being sold as drugs for aliens to get a high off of, you know? You guys are, it's like you're almost related in a way. Whew, jeez. I didn't want to embarrass them back there, but that tunnel reeks of Fergal shit.
I'm pacing, pacing comedy in a game is actually fucking hard too, right? Because you often cannot control how quickly a player is going through the thing. And so you end up in situations where, like, you're doing a setup for a gag as you're, say, crawling through a tunnel, and then the payoff is when they come out of the tunnel. But, like, if you're just, like, fucking hauling ass through the tunnel, then they all run together, and the pacing of it, timing, ends up coming out wrong.
I'm just getting warmed up.
And just that's something that, you know, it's a lot of, especially when you're trying to do it in an action game, you know, adventure games and stuff like that, you have a lot more control over the pace of the player, right? So you can kind of stop the action to make sure your jokes land. But, you know, trying to do it in the middle of a first-person shooter and all that sort of stuff, like, you know, it's more difficult to do.
Well, hey, good work. You know, we made a great team, huh? I didn't want to admit it at first, but fine. You know, you got me. We're good together here. This is great. Ooh, what is it?
It's the same shit that's in all the other ones.
Stay back! Oh, sorry. I thought you were a G3. They enslaved our whole village. I don't know what to do.
I think we can help.
Really? Thank you! It sucks so much watching everyone you know getting enslaved.
All right, well, let's keep going here and see what there is to see.
Hey, I got an idea. Try launching that Merc with the fan plant. Oh, look at him go. Okay, shit, that village is swarming with cartel guys. How do you want to deal with this?
I can't believe the moblets live in this crappy village. Their lives must suck. Yeah, well, we did enslave them. Well, of course their lives suck now, but I mean, they probably sucked before we got here, too. Right, yeah, it's a shitty village, and it would suck to live here. It's just that it was probably less sucky before we enslaved them. Right, okay, I'm not arguing that. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Did I piss you off? No, it's fine. Let's just do our job. Okay, but you seem pissed. Well, yeah, I'm getting pissed now. Okay, sorry. I'll stop. Let's just keep guard. Thank you. For G3. This Moplet village is under G3 jurisdiction. Get out of here. If you kill us, who's gonna force the Moplets to work their lives? Why are you even interfering? Why are you even interfering?
That's for ruining my life. Okay, geez, all right, more combat. All right, let's see what we got.
Yeah, the action seems really flat. I don't know. It's. You know, like it appears to have the trappings of an upgrade system and some of that other shit, right? So it's like, you know, maybe you end up in more complicated scenarios.
Oh shit, this one's rushing us.
I'm gonna give you some
My hard-boiled eggs. I'm gonna stand alone. I should have bought a chance.
But, you know, all right.
I like to shop at Ralph's.
Okay.
If only they were all this week, you know?
Q-Zone, here comes.
Fucking die. So most of the enemies drop a shield that, as far as I can tell, works like sort of an over shield on top of your existing shield.
Get the egg licker. Whoa! Bounty hunter! Can you hear me?
Well, that's the last of them. Hey, not bad, bounty hunter.
Like, how many sequences have we gone through so far where, like, the last enemy is, like, stuck on something or in a weird spot that doesn't make sense? Like, it feels like the AI is just getting caught on shit constantly.
Thank you all for saving us. Are they all gone?
Huh?
Hi there. Did you save us from the G3?
Yeah, I guess so. You know, do we get like a reward?
We don't have much. Maybe you should hit up our leader?
Welcome, welcome. We are Moplets, native to this planet. Our tribe is forever in your debt. Our leader would like to speak with you.
Oh, okay, sure.
Hello there, Savior. My people were enslaved by the G3 and forced to desecrate the land mining for Fergals. You may have freed this small tribe, but our brethren underground are still being worked to death by Krubis.
Krubis? You know, we're actually looking for him to kill?
What's this? You aim to take down Krubis of the G3? You are truly
Guy's got a big
hero to
pencil.
Moplets everywhere.
Yeah, sure. Where is he? We'll get rid of him for you.
That's difficult to answer. His work, though evil, keeps him very busy. He oversees many different mines across Zephyr, and it's impossible to predict where he may be on any given day.
My liege, what about the man in the mansion?
Of course, a brilliant plan. My advisor is right. There's a man nearby who knows Krubis and has access to a warp device. We may be able to use him. He lives in a mansion across the river. If you could get your hands on his warp device, that could be very useful.
Okay, sure. A guy in a mansion. That's the plan?
Yes, he would appear to be our best chance. Godspeed, Savior.
Hey, thanks for your help.
Very well. Godspeed, Saviors.
Oh, it means a lot that you rescued us.
Okay, well.
Thanks again. It really means a lot to not have to be a slave anymore.
Oh, man, no problem.
I hated mining for Fergals. They're so cute, and we were forced to hurt them.
Yeah, that sounds awful. Look, I'm sorry. You know, I don't want to be rude, but we have to go, though.
What is this thing that warped in over here? Collect crystals from the warp drives on a warp basis.
Here. I bet we can cross now.
Oh,
You're the
okay.
one fucked up the coordinates. How are we gonna get this thing out of the river? I fucked them up. I just typed in what you told me to type in. Yeah, and you typed it in wrong, dickhead. Now hey, fuck you. Yeah, fuck you.
Is there a way up? Oh, I gotta... Oh.
That was some good old-fashioned conflict mediation.
Okay. Traded for warp discs. And then you can go places. All right. I don't want to play any more of this. How about that? Yeah, I don't know. It's you know, I'm sure that there are going to be people out there that fucking love that thing. I come at it, I guess, you know, like to be totally fair, like I come at this going like, okay, pretty much everything that has had that dude's name attached to it that I have tried, various, you know, what was it, the VR stuff and you know, Rick and Morty itself, I just find fucking, I was gonna say repulsive, but it's like, it's just, I just think it's fucking shitty. I just go like, yeah, I think this stuff fucking sucks. Like, it's just, you know, it does not hit me the right way. I think there's probably a situation where you go like, oh yeah, you know, if this was like 20% one way or the other, then maybe it would land for me. But it's just like, I just find that shit so fucking dumb. And you know, the game just feels like a distilled version of that sort of stuff, you know, especially in the early going, it's just so fucking rapid fire with this bullshit, you know? It's just like one after another of here's yet another foul-mouthed character wisecracking about something, and you're just like, fucking shut the fuck up. It just doesn't fucking work for me at all. So I don't know, you know, it's a shame in a way. I don't know, but also like I think this game is expecting you to enjoy its comedy, right? So, and it's not that it has to be one or the other, you know, games can do both, or games can do one really well, but like the action in this does not feel good. Like the movement, the shooting, all that sort of stuff, it just feels like competent at best. And you're like, yeah, okay, you can kind of do this sort of stuff, and in a lot of different games, and this is certainly one of them. And it just like that aspect of it falls flat. So, you know, you would think like, oh, well, the comedy doesn't completely land for me, but the premise has something to it, and, you know, maybe I'll see it through. And, you know, if the action feels good and feels like it has variety and all that sort of stuff, it's just like, maybe you would have something like that would work, but I don't think it really works on that aspect either. Not that it's like the dregs, you know, like there's certainly a lot of fucking worse games out there, but the whole thing just feels like one big long shrug to me of just like, yep, all right, you made that. I don't know, you could have made a better video game, but like, then would your jokes about how video games are bad sometimes land? You would have had to have written more inventive stuff there. I don't know. I'm trying to account for, like, there are people, like, obviously, like, a lot of fucking people like Rick and Morty, you know? It's a popular thing. People are fucking weird about it. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said earlier, there's almost an aspect of this, and I don't think this is intended on their part, because who would do this, right? But like, some of the writing comes off as like an active dislike for video games. You know, like there are just like the kind of the attempts at meta commentary come off as like, fucking video games, am I right? They're always doing this. Blah. I'm like, yep. They sure are. So is this one. Didn't need to be this way, but here we are. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Right off the bat, it's just so, yeah. Like I said, I'm sure there will be some people that like are over the moon for the comedy, and they're willing to overlook how average the gameplay is as a result. Like, that seems like the ideal customer for this game is someone who really likes all that writing, and so they are willing to just go like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, yes, the action is fucking average at best, but hey, at least we've got these hilarious slavery jokes. I don't know. Like, yeah, well, whatever. You know, like, hey, I'm not an easily offended person or whatever. So like that sort of stuff, like, you know, I think a lot of that shit is fucking bad. I understand why people would hit way fucking worse for them, but like, you know, like, look at it like, okay, yeah, you tried to do that. There's probably a better joke to have written here. But whatever, you know, I don't have a popular television show comedy. What the fuck do I know? I guess, right? So, I don't know. Is it on Game Pass? It's on Game Pass, right? So, yeah. That seems like what you would do there. If you wanted to look at any part of this, I would recommend maybe doing it on Game Pass, because it's $60, by the way. Support indie, like this game having a support indie gaming joke on it. Like, dog, your game is $60 fucking for this fucking thing. Are you kidding me? Ugh. So whatever. I don't know. It is what it is. It is exactly what you think it is, I guess. Like I came away from that going like, yep, this is exactly what I thought this game was going to be, based on the stuff they have shown of it previously, and the pedigrees of the writing, like where what all that sort of stuff. Like, look at it go, yep, this is precisely what you think that's going to be. Exactly, not as good as the South Park games. Says Big Mac 370. Yeah. It's funny because when you said not as good as South Park games, you might have meant the ones that came out not that long ago, but my mind immediately went to like, yes, throwing snowballs. The N64, yeah, that's first-person shooter. At least that was a damn video game. Yeah. The fucking, the Turok pedigree of acclaim was fully on display when South Park came out for the N64. And so on and so forth. Yes, chefs love Shaq. Yes, answer your trivia questions. Yeah, man, it's I don't know. That stuff just seems like that game is just grim to me in a weird way. You're saying I should play the South Park N64 games? I don't. Well, I mean, I think I can do that relatively easily, depending on how that game controls, because mapping N64 stuff to an Xbox controller is not always easy. I'm waving at my daughter, who is looking at me through the window. Hello. They're back from their workout class. Wasn't there a PlayStation version too? There, I think, yeah, there wasn't there? John, you're right. There are literally thousands of games more worth playing than South Park for N64. Let's see, which version do we want? The Brazilian version, Europe, Germany, or USA? So we're all right here. Okay. It's just that easy. Is that where the Comedy Central logo that was ripped out and put into Tower Unite came from?
What do you think it's for? What the? Dude, this is pretty f***ed up right here. Oh my god! They killed Kitty! You bastard!
I remember at the time this was like pretty impressive just from the aspect of like, wow, they recreated the South Park intro on an N64. CD quality audio, definitely.
From the deep reaches of space, a horror approaches. Once in a great while, the malevolent forces of a universe combine to form a force of evil so concentrated, so pure, that no bastion of goodness and decency can stand against it. It hurls through the universe.
But I forget everything about this game other than
the planet,
throwing
Earth,
snowballs and
the town to be victimized, South Park, Colorado. A quaint little town.
I remember
nestled in the peaks
not
of the
much
Rocky
caring
Mountains.
for it.
Where better to terrorize good and decent folk? Yeah, right.
And the people liked the multiplayer, right? There was the people thought the multiplayer was pretty good. Is that the? This is my favorite, and I love seeing these screens now, you know, playing these games on an emulator and all this stuff. Like the very idea that, like, all right, this game saves to a controller pack because we didn't want to put battery backup on the cart because that costs money. But it is only one port here, so if you pull out your controller pack and put in your rumble pack if you want the controller to shake.
My mom always told me I was cool. Let me at him! Somebody's baking brownies. Dude, this is great. Hey, what's happening? Sweet. I'm gonna show you how to kick ass.
This reverb on this is really weird.
Somebody's baking brownies.
Like, I wonder if that's
Time for
accurate to
total
the original or
annihilation.
not. Right, you're throwing snowballs at turkeys, right? Is that the...
Hi, Chef.
Hello, children. Did you hear the news?
What news?
Xenu's returned!
A big comet is headed our way. It's gonna cross paths with the Earth, and when it does, all kind of crazy, spooky stuff is gonna happen.
Spooky like how?
Spooky like you better get your asses indoors, children. I'm not kidding. Our lives are in danger.
What the hell is that about? Man, Chef is weird. I can't go on without finding the others first.
Can't leave without my friend Superfly, I think is what he just said. Right, this fucking game. How do I shoot?
Brian tonight.
Okay, left trigger for some reason. Yeah, so, you know, left stick looks and then right stick strafes, which is meant to be the C buttons. It's hard, you know, N64 games are really especially hard to come back to if you don't have a controller. And I do have an interface.
Damn it!
Yeah, it's really difficult to control. Because the sensitivity on this left stick is really wild too. And it's inverted, which is extra disgusting. To rock. I see brown eye because, well, okay, now let me back this up here. That's it. Those are your two options. Okay, so now I don't even like now it's like the left stick moves forward and back and turns. And then the right stick, which again were the C buttons, look up and down and strafe left and right. That's not a good option either. Look at this hot fucking draw distance. Listen to this hot music. It's a good thing we've got an expansion pack put in for, you know, get this high res textures and such.
Hey, dumbass, over here!
I'm trying to collect you.
Be here shot.
Oh boy. And it's got a full representation of South Park in it, so I can't remember if that was this game that they were trying to, it's the first time South Park has been rendered in such you know.
Hey, stupid, I'm over here. It's about time you made it. Brian tonight.
I like these just big, wide open streets with like no indication of really, okay, all right, because the draw distance is so bad, it's really hard for them to like point you in a direction, you know, like where the fuck am I even going?
Cool.
All right, let's just
Stupid turkey.
deal with these fuckers.
That does it.
Oh, the movement, the sensitivity on this stick is so much. I mean, I'm sure I could go into the emulator settings and like fix some aspect of that. But we'll be okay.
Oh yeah.
I remember thinking that the early parts of this game were like unnecessarily difficult. Like I'm trying to think like, you know, what were the thoughts around this then? I guess I would say I watched like, I don't know, the first season, I would say I watched South Park, not religiously or anything like that, but I certainly watched all of the first season. Around the office, we were all big fans of the whole the Christmas thing, the thing before South Park was a show. The thing that was on that Tiger Woods disc by some happenstance or whatever. And so the idea that like, oh man, that thing, they're turning it into a TV show, that sounds awesome.
Oh yeah.
Was very exciting.
Die, evil turkey, die.
Yeah, did I review this game? That's my next question. 5.8. I wonder which version that's for. I don't remember if I reviewed all versions or if maybe someone reviewed N64 and then I did PlayStation or something weird like that. But since the number of times GameSpot has redesigned it, like a lot of that information about which version is supposed to be addressed here is not as easy to find, unfortunately. But anyway, point being, I remember thinking that the early parts of this game were like unnecessarily difficult. That like this level or the hey, an arrow, thank you. Just fucking dragged on forever.
Step you too.
One of the versions I gave a 1.4. Yeah. Was that?
Cool, dude.
I'm trying to think, like we could obviously check, but I don't want to know. But yeah, it may be the case that like the PlayStation version was fucking way worse. I wonder if the PlayStation version even supports the dual analog controller. Like, I wonder what that controlled like. And then that's going to go unanswered. I don't wonder it enough to launch it and find out for myself. So we're not going to. But anyway, I probably watched South Park until the movie came out. That's what I would say. Is once the movie came out, I went and saw the movie and was like, yes, that was funny. And that to me felt like the natural end of South Park. And yet they kept making it. For my money, for these guys, I'll take Orgasmo any day of the week. I would watch Orgasmo right now. I'm not going to, because we're streaming, but...
Stupid turkey.
Team America, yeah, whatever. I can take Team America. I can take it or leave it. Like, yes, sure, it's funny. It's the sort of thing that it always just felt like a little much. I don't know. I just, yeah. I didn't see it immediately when it came out, so I saw it kind of after the fact, after people were done fucking singing all the fucking songs from it. When you finally realize, like, oh, this dude just fucking likes him some musicals, huh?
Step you too. Cool, dude.
Between that, Cannibal, and, you know, like...
What the? Cool, dude.
Cool, dude.
Cool.
I wonder if this game is better or way worse if the draw distance was better. You know, like, I'm sure it came out on PC, right? But I wonder if it's actually that much better.
Oh yeah. Dude, this is great.
I'm gonna go on a limb here and say this shit is not great.
Stupid turkey. Cheesy. Cool.
Is that all that was in here? Okay. These are good, accurate dodgeball noises. You've got to give it up to Iguana for that. Okay, we cannot go up that way, so I guess let's go... Oh, hey. Jesus. What a miserable thing that just was. Jamal Charles, you are right. They should have made a C-Lab game. I agree. That would have been... That would have been awesome at the right time, right? Because I feel like they never really even made a great Aqua Teen game, right? I mean, there's they made that golf game.
Chef, you were right. The comet is doing crazy, spooky things. We're being invaded by mutant turkeys.
I know, children. I saw it in the news. Those mutant turkeys are being led by bigger turkeys. Every now and then, the big turkeys lay eggs and hatch little turkeys. You want to take out the big turkeys, and the rest won't be much of a problem. But if you really want to put an end to these turkey bastards, you've got to follow them back to their source. Got it?
Got it. You can count on me, Chef. The future of our civilization is in my hands.
Oh, crap.
This is a really good shot to open back up on. Like a really good close-up of this fucking hot fucking door texture. Yeah, yes, Aqua Teen Hunger Force Zombie Ninja Pro-Am. I did not play a ton of it. I remember we got it in, and I remember messing with it a little bit, but what is this? Oh, right, I can jump, huh? All right, this seems to do nothing, but there's definitely an arrow on my radar that points to it. Okay. Maybe we just need to keep going. But what if we did? What if instead we didn't? That's probably actually the better idea here. Yeah.
Dude, that really hurt.
I don't remember anything about this game past that first level.
Bitchin'.
Considering the second level seems a lot like the first level, maybe that's why. But God, dude, fuck this. Yeah, I guess I reviewed all the versions of this game. I remember not liking the early parts of this game, and then I don't remember anything about the later parts of the game at all. And like I said, I remember people enjoying it, but that may have just been the case of like this game got hyped all to fucking hell because it was South Park and so it was an N64 game, and so there was just a certain amount of fucking people that were out of their minds when it came to the quality of the N64, and so that's a winning scenario for
Cool, dude.
for getting emails from angry fucking idiots.
Stupid turkey. Step you too.
That are like, hey, I'm hella 15 and South Park's the coolest thing in the world, so I can't believe you would not say that this is the greatest game ever made. All the previews I read in the magazines sure did make it sound awesome, so I don't get why you wouldn't like it. It must be your problem. Like, yes, there you go. You've nailed it.
Brian tonight. Bitchin'. Oh yeah. Step you too.
I feel like High on Life would inspire a similar reaction from a certain type of person, honestly, in terms of people going like, I can't believe you would fucking dare to say that this game is not incredible. You just don't like fun, like whatever. It's like the same five fucking tired arguments about like, you're just not sophisticated enough to understand the amazing humor, and that you're too much of a prude, people tend to kind of wheel out the same fucking bullshit when it comes to that sort of thing. I'm going back the way I came, aren't I? Oops. Oh, dude, what if I didn't play this? What if I turn this off? What if we didn't do this? I just had a fucking brilliant idea. It's what if I didn't play anymore South Park for N64? Gosh. What is there to say about South Park N64 that hasn't been said already? Yeah, that's but also like for different reasons, right? I mean, there's, the technology of the era didn't always lead to a lot of speech in games, especially on an N64 cartridge where they already blew most of their fucking digitized speech budget on the theme song. And so it's not gonna yell at you as much as High on Life does, but there feels like a dotted line connection between those two games in a lot of ways. Like South Park 64 is a bad first-person shooter for different reasons than High on Life appears to be a bad first-person shooter. First-person shoot. What are we even saying? But yeah. That's a question. I don't actually know the answer to that. KDR11K, which is a very high KDR, congratulations, asks, South Park and Rick and Morty kind of occupy a similar cultural space, right? I don't know that I have the answer to that question, you know? And if I was the age I was, you know, like if South Park didn't exist, would I like Rick and Morty more? If Rick and Morty had come out when South Park came out, would it have been more palatable or, you know, or something like that? Like, sure, potentially. I don't know. I don't know what the actual, yes, South Park walked so Rick and Morty could run. Yeah, South Park is satire. The Chrononaut says South Park is satire. Rick and Morty is really just a comedy. I will admit to not having seen a ton of Rick and Morty. I gave it a shot a couple of times and decided no. Yes, that's right. Sebmal is here. The pig is unwarbled. I upgraded to the most recent version of Stream Effects without realizing that version of Stream Effects was built for the next version of OBS, which is not out quite yet. Or, you know, I could install the beta, but the last time I ran that beta, we did that ZX Spectrum stream and the sound was all fucked up and everything. So I'm staying away from the OBS 29 beta, but I assume Stream Effects will work again and Credit Pig will be appropriately obfuscated. Or maybe I should just take this as a sign that Credit Pig is nigh, that this is that we are in for scary times. South Park gets away with it because of how cheap it is. Sure, yeah. I mean, well, I mean, there was that whole documentary. Like I feel like the whole thing, and I don't know. I haven't seen the most recent South Parks or anything, you know, in a while. But like the story was always, you know, because of how cheaply it's made and how rapidly it can be made, that allows them to stay current in a way that other shows simply can't. And so their jokes are like fresher as a result, which that's definitely a fucking way to go. Works for Saturday Night Live. Redneck Rampage. Jesus Christ, you're trying to kill me. Let me see if I have Redneck Rampage sitting here. It's entirely possible that I do. Let's see here. What are we looking for? Which directory would that be in? Let's navigate and find out. Okay, software, DOS. I do not. I have returned to Zork. I've got Rise of the Triad. I mean, you want to play a good first-person shooter. Fuck, man. Yeah, Matt Hazard. Yeah, I mean, you know, Matt Hazard was definitely like the game that was trying to be the like meta commentary game. The whole, you know, like here's our fucking fake Duke Nukem and all that sort of stuff. And you know, again, if you're gonna try that style of humor, your game had better be good enough to fucking justify all of the shit you're talking. Like you have to back that up to a certain extent. If you make a game where you've got like a fucking sad sack Duke Nukem-esque character that is like down on his luck or whatever, but then the game is also worse than Duke Nukem, which, by the way, Duke Nukem 3D is an amazing fucking video game. People like to forget that. Like, how the fuck are you gonna, you know, it's very difficult to pull that sort of shit off. So, you know, what do you do? What you do is you double click on this thing that says Rise of the Triad, the hunt begins, and you see what happens. Oh geez. Let's try to make this work. Let's try to make this work. Let's try to make this work. All right, hang on. Let's try to make this work a different way. Hmm. Okay, what do we need to do here to make this work? Let's see if we can make this. Oh God, everything closed. Everything's okay. Hang on a sec. Let's relaunch this. And let's push this button and see if we get it back in. That's weird that it's not showing up considering we were just using this to play South Park. Man, and that caused it to close again. That's very fucking strange. Well, shit. That's very odd. Okay, let's try it the old-fashioned way. Okay, all right, yeah, there. That worked. For whatever reason. Okay, we gotta hit that to lock out the rest of the keyboard stuff. Let's say what do we have? Let's just say we have a Sound Blaster because that'll probably just be the maximum, most compatible option. Laser soft. I saw that epic news about, you know, Unreal Tournament games coming off of the storefronts, coming off of Steam and stuff like that. It's very sad to me. Yes, a combat game. Yeah, Drop Mix is coming off of stores, and they said they're going to put UT3 back up once they integrate modern Epic Online services into it, so that at least there's that. I was always an IP freely guy when it comes to Rise of the Triad. Oh, did I launch the shareware version of the game? Okay, well, easily fixed. Because we have the other version sitting right next to it. Okay. Where is our run bat? There it is. Yes, we'll go with Sound Blaster again. So all these games, all these DOS games have been packaged up. This is part of the ExoDOS collection. And what they're trying to do is, what they tried to do with that is basically write a patch file that will cause the game to just run with a setup. They'll give you some options for setup, designed for running in emulators and stuff like that. And they're trying to take the hassle out of running DOS games in a modern way. And so when you combine that with this RetroArch core called DOSBox Pure, which is a fork of DOSBox, you end up with a very comparatively streamlined way to run a lot of these older games without having to sit there and fucking know command prompt stuff and all that. or configure IRQ settings and everything. We're going to take it down to medium. Because why not? This is going to be arrow keys and shit, isn't it?
Ha!
Ha! Any Duke Nukem 3D? You know, I'm not opposed to playing Duke Nukem 3D. I just feel like it's so many people have played so much Duke Nukem 3D over the years that, like, do we need to? This is triggering me hitting control over and over again is triggering a Power Toys add-on here. Let me go turn this off real quick. What is that? Mouse utilities, enable find my mouse. We're turning that off. No, wait, how can I? Did I quit? Oh, well, whatever. We'll erase old game. Well, let's just do this and we'll be fine. Fine. We'll do this and skip it. I appreciate that the first thing you get your hands on is a second pistol. This game was, I'm, you know, like, this may look like shit now. I don't know, but, like, when this game first came out, it was so fucking cool. Because it was such bullshit in so many different ways. It was just like, the things they put into this game were ridiculous. Like, the engine was and is a little bit janky. There is, that's a push wall, but I forget there is a way to get that wall to move back. I just don't remember what I need to hit. Yeah, is that it? Yeah. And then we get a rocket launcher very early on. Yes, the ludicrous jibs. And these bounce pads, also total fucking nonsense. Ah, we've got fire coming out of the ground. And, you know, at the time, a lot of people were really looking for, you know, multiplayer-focused shooters, you know, that they could play on a LAN or, you know, dial up on a fucking modem. God damn it. Oh, no. And so this game had a variety of strange weapons and options and stuff like that. And, let's really do what we came to do here. And that's look up cheat codes. Wait. Oh, why did it pause there? Oh, Jesus. All right. Well, look. Because when the God mode in this game, I always thought was really silly and hilarious. Let's just very quickly do this. And then maybe move on. Okay. Let's look and see here. We don't want dog mode. Maybe we want dog mode. Woundless with weapons on. What a weird way to phrase that. What else? It feels like this maybe has some of these cheat codes are not working and some are. Oh, I can use the mouse to sort of move forward. Oh, Jesus. What kind of lunatic played this game with rolling a mouse forward and back to move? Like, that's such an insane default. I'm hitting EKG, which is supposed to turn on ludicrous jibs, but it's not doing it. God damn it. IGN, I was trusting you for these codes. There we go. I like that it makes you taller. Yeah, and then, okay, well, now we need... Let's see here. Yeah. EKG, ludicrous jibs. That didn't seem to be doing anything. So dumb. So yeah, now I can just open this door and there's like guys in here and I just go like check this shit out and it just smokes them all. Did we somehow turn the detail down? I must have hit a button that turned... Somehow this looks even shittier.
Outsider.
Yeah, there's something about the quality has gone down. But also, like this, the level design in this game felt like fucking nonsense at a certain point. Like there's early parts of the game that are like perfectly playable and oh, that's right. There's an actual god mode to collect in this. Shoot him. And these collectibles like always seem like a dumb idea too. Especially because so many of them were up in the air. Let's see. We already went this way. I'm already lost. What other weapons? Because we cheated to get all the weapons, didn't we? I guess not. Let's see here. Why is that? What do I... Oh, sorry, there's like a... Yeah, some of these cheat codes just don't work. Sometimes those would change between... There we go. Now we've got the drunk missiles. Which are really fucking devastating. If I remember correctly. Not that we have a lot of things left to kill, but... But yeah, I don't know. Like, this game is just nonsense right off the bat, you know? Like, it's a game made by people who had made games like this before and then decided to take it in this, like, pretty fucking ludicrous direction. And it made for... I remember it being a really fun multiplayer game the handful of times I played it. I didn't really have access to a LAN or anything like that myself. But I had a friend who worked at a local computer store, and I think like once or twice we went there and played Duke Nukem and some other stuff on an actual LAN, and it was cool as hell to be able to do that.
Drop it.
Drop that. But I think there are aspects of this game that probably don't hold up super well today. Because even then, like, you know, this to me always felt like a game... It was made by people that had made a lot of games like this before, and it was designed for people that had played all the other games like this. Because it was so ridiculous, and there were just aspects of it that just kind of just didn't make a ton of sense. But if you had been playing all of these games all along, then there was a certain aspect of like, well... You kind of know what to look for with nonsense walls that don't look like anything, that you can still push and find secrets. Like, the expectation was a little different at the time. But if you were all the way in this hole of yeah, exactly. Like if you were deep in the hole of fucking playing these types of games when these games were coming out, like Rise of the Triad was fucking awesome. Because it was just there was just a certain amount of just like, they don't give a fuck. Like, here's this dumb story. Here's our dumb fucking jokes and like whatever. But like from a gameplay perspective, like they came up with a bunch of inventive weapons that were like fun to use. What else do we have? Well, yeah, I guess it's pistols, machine gun, bazooka, heat seeker, drunk missile, which we've been using. The firebomb. Does that make a wall of fire? Am I right about that? Yeah. And so you were just constantly blowing these guys up all the time. And, and so having that feeling of like these really weird overpowered weapons and all that sort of stuff was a lot of fun. Even the idea that like that wall could move back and forth, I think there's a certain aspect of like, wow, look at that probably doesn't come across today. But, you know, it's also utter nonsense. And I think that's something that probably, if you came to this game if you came to any of these games for the first time today, which ones would hold up? Doom probably would, right? I feel like Doom is grounded in a way that is, at least at the outset, relatively sensible and playable and understandable by a modern player. Whereas, like, this is probably absolute nonsense. Saying Duke probably holds up. Duke Nukem 3D probably holds up, except for, and I think this game's in a similar boat where I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, there it is. Like the manual buttons to look up and down. Like there's a certain aspect of this that like some games didn't need you to do it. Like this game will even automatically look up and down if an enemy is above or below you. Doom didn't have a look up or down, but if an enemy was above you, it would still just like automatically hit them because the way that engine works is super weird with that shit. But you know, yeah, if we're talking about just like the raw original version of these games, I mean, obviously, like, you know, there have been source ports and stuff like that, especially of Doom, that have been designed to make that game a little more modern in ways that probably help it hold up better. Back in my day, we had one-wall texture, and we loved it. We loved our one-wall texture.
Outsider.
But like this level design is nonsense, and sometimes it's hard to parse with these platforms that are acting like stairs. It's not always easy to see like what it's trying to, you know, like where does that go? I don't know. It just looks like a bunch of shit out there. Ah.
Outsider.
And so yeah, between the bounce pads and some of the other these things, like this is, what am I even looking at here? Yeah, Hexen 2. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of a later. Well, I don't know, Mesh. I'd have to go look at the dates to know for sure, but something about Hexen 2 seems like, yeah, that game is like late enough in the grand scheme of things that it probably still has something going for it. I will say, coming back to this game now, I feel like the level design in Rise of the Triad is, as a whole, not great or memorable, especially. Oops. All right. We probably don't need to play a ton of Rise of the Triad, but this is how I play. This is actually how I played a lot of that stuff. Honestly, I would play through the games kind of honestly once or twice, and then, just be like, oh, let's just load it up and cheat and, equip the fucking crazy weapons and blow people up for a while and then go about my day. We want to stick with the... No, we don't want to lose our... We want to keep our drunk missiles here and not go back to the regular bazooka. I'm walking in circles. Okay, they're still living enemies, so no. I was like, am I just going around in circles?
Die.
Haha! This game reminds me of another game that is way worse. That I'm pretty sure I have here. And it's yeah, I do. If you like shitty games, might I recommend The Fortress of Dr. Radiaki. I remember getting my hands on a copy of this game around the time it came out, and this game, then, now, forever, this game is a total piece of shit. We're going to turn the difficulty down because it's such a pain in the ass. Light haze? I don't know. We're going to hit up this kind of rush.
May 8th, 1963. The world teeters on the brink of destruction. An unknown blackmailer vows to wreak atomic destruction on a global scale unless $1 billion is deposited to his Swiss checking account, quote, real soon, unquote. Unable to raise the money in a timely fashion, an anxious world trembles. The maniac must be stopped, and only you have the balls and the bat to do it. You, Special Agent Mac Banner. Experts believe the blackmailer may be Dr. Nico Radiaki, a household appliance magnate who dabbles in nuclear physics in his spare time. Radioactive waste has been detected leaking into the ocean from an island owned by Dr. Radiaki. Rumor has it that Dr. Radiaki is horribly deformed due to his atomic experiments. The words radiation and Radiaki start with the same letters. UN intelligence is suspicious. Transported by submarine to his island, armed with only a corked baseball bat, your mission is to stop this madman by any means necessary.
It's easy to forget that, like, games of the, like, particularly PC games of the 90s, as they tried to, CD-ROM technology, like, as technology advanced and stuff, the early ways that they took advantage of it were to always have the fucking dumbest possible fucking storylines that they just dreamed up at the last minute because it was like, I don't know. We'll do the spinny newspaper thing and be like, we've got to stop the nuclear man, or whatever. Prepare for garden. One of the other things that DOSBox Pure and the ExoDOS thing will do when working properly is it will try to map controls to a gamepad. Oops. Now we've surely alerted someone. Well. Is there a button that lets us strafe? Let's check. Oh, that just brings up that. Up on the D-pad does that. So yeah, there's someone at some point sat down and attempted to map this game to a modern controller, which is really funny. We got him. Am I hitting the wrong button? What? Okay, yeah, there we go. I don't know that I've ever finished like the first level or first couple of levels in this game because it is just a fucking disgusting maze of garbage. Cuidado! Cuidado! And guys yelling, Cuidado!
Madre de Dios!
hear a dude whispering. Oh God, I don't feel good. Ah, ninja.
Rosebud.
Shot the shit out of that ninja. No, I actually don't feel good. Like I started getting hot the way you get when you start feeling motion sick. That can't be real though, right? No, okay, I'm gonna... What the fuck is happening? Okay. We're gonna, Cuidado. Whew. Wow. Yeah, the Fortress of Dr. Radiaki, I remember just getting a hold of, like, it was a sealed CD-ROM package, and I don't know where it came from. I think the company sent it. I think this was, that came out when I was still working at a magazine, I think. And yeah, just a dreadful thing. I wonder if how well these work. Let's, I think I've tried these before on DOSBox, but you know, it's been a while. So let's try. I guess CD. Maybe that'll give us CD quality music. I'm not sure. I assume so. These MK1 ports were really good for PC.
Johnny Cage.
We have something resembling gamepad support here. We'll see. All right, we seem to not have a block. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. I mean, they tried to kind of. Oh, I even have high and low punch. So that's. If you played this game on a Gravis gamepad back in the day. If you played this game on a Gravis gamepad back in the day, it only had 4 buttons on it, and so the 2 punch buttons would kind of be combined. But I think if you were on keyboard, they were still separate.
Johnny Cage wins.
This is a really good version of this game. Like, you know, especially in an era, you know, remember what the home ports of MK1 looked like on consoles. Like the Genesis version looked like trash, but played pretty well. And the SNES version played like absolute trash, but looked better. But yeah, I remember, God, these PC ports of MK1 and 2. 3 was actually, as I remember, okay as well. But, you know, by that point, other versions of the game, the other home versions were getting pretty decent as well. Oh, God. The AI in these games, still a pain in the ass. That's why you just do this to them.
Johnny Cage wins.
Oh. Oh.
Wins fatality. Test your might.
Yeah, there it is on the Discord there in the live programming channel. The old Gravis gamepad. Yeah, it had a screw hole in the middle of it so you could screw in a joystick, which was terrible. You can get on that Discord if you want. You can head over to patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann and sign up and hang out. I guess now that the Call of Duty update is out, there's probably a, I think I saw someone had made a group. There's a new group setting in Call of Duty. Yes, and then everyone can post their own pictures of their Gravis gamepads. Truly what Discord was invented for. Yeah, Liu Kang's a little short or something for this tactic. Sometimes it misses. Yeah, quite a bit of Cruelty Squad chat in the Discord. Cruelty Squad's a great game. I don't know that I ever want to play it again. But boy, did I enjoy that game when it came out. When I played it for the first time. Raiden with a Y. Why am I doing this? You all know how Mortal Kombat ends. You don't need to see me fucking hot punch the AI to death. Anyway, this was a really great PC port. You know, if you remember, again, if you remember how those console versions looked, by comparison, like this is just night and day, like amazing by considering. And this version was done by Probe, the same team that did the Genesis version of the game. Hell of a version. Hell of a Mortal Kombat, I'll say. While we're here, is there any other DOS stuff worth looking at? Heard you like fighting games. Let's see if we can make this one work. History moves in cycles. When dynasties slide into corruption, powerful warriors emerge. I don't know if you know that. So when China found itself in the days of the Eastern Han Dynasty, and the young emperor's power was suppressed by an evil regent as traitorous eunuchs plunged the court into chaos. The Han bloodline weakened, and the land was split amongst the strong, as it pretty regular stuff. My boy Lu Bu. Were there ways to purchase these video games? I don't know. I feel like these were games you encountered and they always felt like weird bootlegs and you're like, man, there's fighting games on computer? That's crazy. Oof. Blue Boo took it hard on that one. That thing will just go right through fireballs. Very convenient. Oh, God. Oh, God. So there's this, but I was actually, I was confusing this with a different game, and I'll see if I have it. Yeah. This is the one I was thinking of. This music right here goes so fucking hard. This one is not mapped on the controller, so I don't know what the buttons are. Perfectly legal sound effect. Original sound effect, do not steal. Oh God, I don't know what the controls are. I think actually... Man. Sorry, Frank. Totally original sounds. Like, okay, escape will pause, but not quit. So let's lose. I think we go into the fourth option. There's a controller. A controller option. We want to... Oh, I don't know. Yeah, okay. Crazy Edo. So we probably want the third option because the fourth option is probably quit. There we go. Let's try that. Okay. Let's see if that does anything. Let's see if this works. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna have to use the analog stick to move, which is not ideal, but... Totally original sound effects. We had to make do. If you wanted fighting games at home, you know, you had to figure some shit out. You had to find some bootleg copies of Super Fighter. I think Bullet has something resembling a Dragon Punch. I can't remember. Or is he a charge character? Who the hell knows? I don't remember anymore. Oh. Come on. Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about PC exclusive fighting games, One Must Fall probably is the best one of the bunch, right? I played that the other night. What was that? A couple weeks ago. And getting it running properly, I was trying it on the Mister. That's what it was. It's really annoying to get it running. But let's try it real quick. Let's just try it as is and, you know, see how it runs. But I think when we get in game, it's going to run at like a zillion frames per second. Oh? This? Oh, okay. This actually runs fine. Good. That's great. Oh, all these stage obstacles. Oh, God. So it's down back for the projectile, and then I think it's, do I have to hold down, or no, I don't have to hold down. I think if you hold down, you get is it a larger version of it or something? But yeah, oh, I'm fucking dizzy. There we go. All right. And he's got that pounce. I think that might be all that the Jaguar mech has.
Round 1. Fight.
And all these backgrounds are dangerous. See? Look at that. Uh-oh. That roundhouse kick on the Jaguar has really good range and fucking just clocks them. It's... Boom. I wish you could juggle off of the... That's, you know, we'll get our Game Genie out. Set up some air juggles off the wall bounce stuff. And this game is so fucking good. And I was only, you know, hooking 2 controllers up to a PC in this era was not easy. And so you were really always stuck with a situation where, and you know, and you know, being an only child, I didn't really have a ton of people to play with in the first place, but like, player 2 would be forced to use the keyboard, which sucks. It's no one wants that. And so games like this that were meant to be played competitively, you know, you were usually kind of fucked. And as a result, it just, I don't know, it felt like, you know, not a lot of people were looking for fighting games on the PC, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't, you know, you think about other stuff that was coming out on the PC in the early 90s, you know, as first-person shooters started to fucking happen, the last thing people were looking like, yeah, well, I like Street Fighter, can we do something like that? Like, it just wasn't happening on PC. All that stuff was only on console, because there wasn't a ton of, like, Japanese development on PC at the time either, at least that we were seeing in the US. I mean, stuff like that was happening, but even then, it was, like, happening on the X68000, you know, other machines like that. Oh, these stages are so dangerous. Yeah, or you'd have 2 people huddled around the keyboard, which was absolute garbage also. I think the most tragic thing, well, you know, in a world full of tragedies, this is maybe not the most tragic, but they made a sequel to One Must Fall called One Must Fall Battlegrounds. And it's like an arena fighter. It's like a behind the back fucking arena fighter, and it sucks. I reviewed that game. I remember being so fucking bummed out because it was like, oh man, they're making another One Must Fall. Oh my god, that's so cool. I never would have expected this game to come back and all that, and oh man. But then they brought it out and it was like an online focused behind the back thing, and it sucked. It just sucked, man. Ugh. Oh, come on. Fuck. All right. Pulled it out. Music is surprisingly good as well. I had forgotten. This is the Evo side tournament I want to see. There's got to be videos on YouTube or something like that of One Must Fall money matches, right? That must exist. You were in the One Must Fall Battlegrounds beta. It was all stun locking people by jab spamming at them from behind. Yeah. I don't remember the specific tactics or anything like that. I just remember getting my hands on that game and being crushed. And they give you some nuance with the controls, you know, if you want to do that. Oh, Jesus. If you want to do that, you know, you have kind of that standing forward kick, but then you also have the roundhouse. So it's like if it's back, you hit back and kick to do the roundhouse. It's kind of a Mortal Kombat sort of thing, where like if I just hit down, he does a regular punch, but if I hit down back, I get the uppercut. And so for a 2-button game, it kind of has a little bit more nuance than you might think. Than one might think. Oh man, okay, all right. Whew. The Jaguar of Christian will spend some time in the shop tonight.
Round 1. Fight.
Maybe could have used some more backgrounds. You know? Oh. I think this and there was Kronos is the other one, were the two mechs I used. But like I said, it's all for naught because you know all I ever really did is play against the AI like I'm doing right now, because you couldn't really. It was not easy to play this multiplayer. Also because no one owned 2 controllers for a PC, let alone a splitter, and you know, because a lot of games didn't support any of that stuff to begin with. I keep wanting it. I keep wanting to. The combo off the wall. I underestimate none. I'm simply better than you.
Round 1. Fight.
And I don't know, I think this game maybe did have finishing moves. Because, you know, it was the time. But I don't remember. Joy to key for dot. No, you didn't really have options for like a joy to key type situation. And, you know, USB didn't fucking exist. So where were you going to plug those fucking joysticks into anyway? You only had one port on the back of your sound card, and you could either use it for MIDI devices or a joystick. And like I said, someone made a splitter, but I seem to remember once you hooked up 2 controllers, like you had fewer buttons at your disposal because it was kind of splitting the inputs in a weird way. Like it wasn't some well-supported thing. Oh. But yeah, it wasn't just a standard serial port or anything like that. It was like whatever. Like you had a sound card, and on the back of your sound card was, you know, ports for you to plug in your speakers, and then this mysterious port that was for your joystick. And I'm sure there were ports that were just, I'm sure there were cards for a PC that were just the game port and not the sound card or whatever, but that's how, like, you got a sound card and that gave you the ability to hook a controller up to your PC. Because it was also, and it was also a MIDI port if you were using your PC that way. Oh man, huh, all right. I feel like normally when I play this game it's set to easy and it doesn't let me get to this point. Oh god. That robot is laughing at me. No! Oh, good. I'm glad that it keeps... I guess maybe I just got to try to wait for him to come over and just give him this sweep over and over again, huh?
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah. Fuck that guy. I don't think I've actually played this game to the end since the goddamn 90s. Honestly. Nova parts littered the floor. An entire moon is now mine to command. Oh man, they found his body dead. As opposed to finding his body alive, I guess. Directly connected to a new form of war. The human race will now see its ultimate evolution. Tragically, all scientists close to the project have been killed in a fire, which broke out shortly after the last match tonight. All records of the Nova project were destroyed. In other news... Look at that. You find out what Nova was all about. Way to keep a human brain alive. He should have known that Krysak wasn't going to let him walk away. A 1,500,000. A 1,500,000. That's the math they went with there. 1,500K. Iron Fist, hired under Krysak's direct orders, killed your parents. Now he is also dead. I don't know that I've ever seen this before. I have beat this game before, but not with this character. So, I don't... All right, well, that's fucking One Must Fall. What an awesome video game this is. If you want to order your own copy, oh god. Unfortunately, Epic just took the servers offline for One Must Fall. They announced this morning they're shutting down the One Must Fall servers, so, you know, what are you gonna do? So unfortunately, you know, you can go Epic on CompuServe, but unfortunately... Dude, does anyone have this? I would love to see what the in-depth One Must Fall strategy guide looks like. And a sick poster, man. I gotta get on CompuServe and email them at 70451.633. I was not a CompuServe guy. I had a Genie account. You know, General Electric's online service. Hey, CompuServe members. They're still doing this. Also on CompuServe, every month a new Epic Game of the Month is available for free. The Epic Game Store, doing that to this very day. Send a message saying, add me to your list. Or yeah, you can call up you can call up Epic's BBS, the old exec PC BBS, and download shareware games from there. That's always an option. Hey man, you could get Jazz Jackrabbit, for example. Or Extreme Pinball, coming winter 94. And a background in Taekwondo. 18 months. Kenny Chow created the soundtrack in the Future Cruise Scream Tracker 3.0. Yeah, I was going to say this just sounds like some demo scene mod type shit. Good soundtrack. Good game. It's unfortunate that the sequel was so bad. All right, I don't know. Well, let's see if I can. Why is it? Okay, something is happening here. It is not there. It was not letting me look at the. It was not letting me move my mouse cursor off of my main monitor. Let's see. We have a link to a PDF of the strategy guide here. Let's open this up and see what it looks like. We can't open this file. Something went wrong. Okay, well. Oh, well. That's awesome, and also great that I don't know if that's something that I configured myself, and it's just sticking that configuration. But awesome that One Must Fall is able to run so well on DOSBox. I feel like by default, or at least, yeah, you know, if stuff has been updated, maybe it just runs better by default. But every time I would try to run One Must Fall in DOSBox, it always ran at a zillion frames per second once the fights got going. And so it's supposed to automatically detect how many cycles the CPU needs and all the other stuff, but for whatever reason, it didn't work with One Must Fall. And so you would have to sit there and manually step it down over and over again to try to get to a point where it would work. And it never felt right, but that felt pretty right on for what I remember of how that game used to run. So that's pretty awesome. No files on the old Mister here. I don't know why I'm running the update script. It was just, you know, it was there. That's what you do, right? But yeah. That's crazy. I can't remember the last time that I actually finished One Must Fall. And it must have been, you know, 93 or, you know, somewhere around the time of that game's release. Because I feel like every time I played it since then, I usually would set it down to easy, and it's one of those games that when you set it down to easy, it doesn't let you fight the final boss. So, so that's awesome. What a great game. I should grab a copy of One Must Fall Battlegrounds at some point and just to see it again, because I just, like I said, I remember how disappointing that thing was. You know, very different type of game. And yeah, just a frustrating sequel to an amazing game. Just such a different thing. So I guess if we actually want to do stuff on the Mister, I guess I can. Change this input over and it should all work. There we go. Yes, running terminal windows on your PC or on your TV with the motion smoothing turned on is really freaky. That's how I know, like, oh man, somehow a setting got flipped and it accidentally turned all the motion smoothing back on, and or like how Super Mario Brothers 1 would look in situations like that. It was always completely bananas. I've been trying to find, I'm on a garage mission, and I'm going to eventually take one of these webcams out there and set it up. I've got a PC set up out there on the network. So like I was saying on the podcast yesterday, I've got a new monitor probably coming in a few weeks here. And so at that point, I will retire my big boy, this 30-incher that I just don't need anymore, and move that out there to that PC so that I can have a good, actually have a monitor hooked up to that machine so I can, see what's going on. I would always have to remote into it when I was doing these streams in the garage. It was always just a really bizarre setup. Why is Supervision in here twice? What are we doing? Anyway, I haven't seen how. I know there's been updates to the Saturn core. Yeah, 12.1. So that's like relatively recent. But I don't know what to even test out here. Let's I feel like the thing I always test to see how it's working is Fighter's Megamix. I don't know why the sound was muted, but it was. The sound in this will be bad, by the way. This is a work in progress Saturn core. It's not in a final state, and the sound is definitely the part that is maybe the least final of it all. So expect quiet audio, if any. And a bunch of weird clicky gibberish noises. I don't know if you've ever played Fighters Megamix before, but the secret is to pick the bear and then just push A, B, and C all at the same time. It's not you're not going to win all the fights that way, but you are going to do this fun spinning dance, and that's just fun to watch. Whee! Anyway, my garage mission is to find my copy of, I guess it's Time Crisis 4? Whichever one came out for the PlayStation 3 and came with the GunCon 3. Because you can hook a GunCon 3 up to the Mister and just use it. You can calibrate it and you know, you set up the LED emitters next to your TV and like it was a Wiimote or something. And then you can play light gun games like a Duck Hunt or what have you. On the Mister, which is great. So I want to do that. But I can't find my GunCon. I know I have a sealed copy of that Time Crisis game in the same box as my PlayStation 3 hardware. So if I can find my PlayStation 3 hardware, I found a box of games like, 50 Cent Blood on the Sand is prominent in there. But it's not in with those. So I think I put it in the same box as the consoles and, PlayStation Move controllers and all that sort of stuff. And so I want to get that set up and going. But I can't, I haven't had a ton of time over the last week to get out in the garage and look. I was out there for a little bit last night while I was on the phone looking. And this, I think, runs a little bit better than it did last time we looked at the Saturn core. I mean, obviously the audio still has a long way to go, but I remember this game crashing after a few seconds before, so... So cool. One step closer to playing the Fighters Megamix on an FPGA. That's the life. That's the dream. These clicky noises are really freaking me out. This is such a great game. This game, I feel like, has the right level of seriousness for this type of crossover fighting game where right off the bat you've got this cool bear and then later on you unlock, the car from Daytona. Or, I guess in the Japanese version, Pepsi Man is in it, right? I don't think he's in the US version. Characters from Sonic the Fighters are in this game, which is as close as we got to a Sonic the Fighters home port back in the day. It wouldn't be until that game came out on Xbox 360 that there was suddenly an easy way to enjoy a classic game such as Sonic the Fighters. I am also, speaking about old video games, I am continually thinking about grabbing an Xbox 360 out of the garage and hooking it up and getting my account up on running on it and looking at all of the weird Xbox Live Arcade games that no one thinks about anymore. A death spank marathon. Yeah, sure. Look at this bear. Cower in fear before this glitchy bear. I found the actual, the real, you know, if you remember from last time, we were messing around with the Mister. We had we had a situation where we couldn't find a legit version of Afterburner. I did not report that to the TOSEC folks. I probably should. Like, hey, like we go register for their message boards and say, hey, this Afterburner you got here, this is some kind of Polish pornography game. Not Afterburner. The other ones are Afterburner, but this one is clearly not. We're cleaning up with the bear. We're making it happen. But this audio is making me crazy, so I kind of want to turn it off. Is this running okay? Yeah, this is okay. I'm trying to see if it looks as interlaced on the stream as it does here for me. Because that's the thing, you know, like... One of the big things about Saturn games especially is that they are super fucking interlaced. Yeah, you can fight as the palm tree in this. Yeah, the AM2 logo palm tree I think is unlockable in this too, right? Yeah. Yeah, interlaced as hell. So, you know, that's something that, you know, hopefully eventually you get to a point where they're adding in de-interlacing. The PlayStation core on the Mister does have de-interlacing options. Oh. Whee! I just like to spin. Don't judge. I was going to stop playing this, but I keep winning. And I feel like you get to like 2 or 3 fights in and the AI says, no, thank you. But here we are. Hot reflections. That's the power of ray tracing back there. You know, the reflection of the mountains down there on the ground. That's the power of the Sega Saturn on display. Hell yeah. Ooh. The fun thing about using the bear in, you know, when you're playing against another person is that the bear's movements are not super easy to read. Like, that's blocking right there. That, when he leans back like that, that's a block. And so sometimes it's just hard to know where the hell the bear is coming from. Now we're getting a bunch of high-pitched beeps and all sorts of other bad noises. Yeah. Blow out that wall. You gotta watch out for Kuma-chan. Kuma-chan will blow out a wall, blow out your back. Like, Kuma-chan don't give a fuck. Kuma-chan is getting the shit beat out of him now. Uh-oh. Oh, fuck, man. That was so close. I like the no skateboarding sign with the N crossed out and a D written next to it. Do skateboarding. Oh. Last fight. We just got to pull this out. There we go. There we go. Do skateboard. I don't think we get an ending for... Well, I don't know. Maybe... Okay. We do get credits. Oh. I thought we would get credits, but instead we get... Oh, I see. Right. It does the whole replay thing. Like, remember back on stage 1 when you did this? Hiroshi Kataoka remembers. Hand over fistula. Yes. Hot interlacing. Just looks good, man. No, I'm a big fan of de-interlacing, but there's obviously like no perfect way to do it. And this core doesn't do it at all. Even the PlayStation core doesn't always look the best when you de-interlace it. I don't know, maybe I should turn the... I mean, I could turn the capture card audio down, and then we wouldn't get any of these, or at least you wouldn't get any of these pops and clicks. I can still hear them. I can't remember if you get any unlocks for beating each core service, just you have to beat all of them to get characters. I forget how the unlock stuff works. Leave them, it adds to the vibe. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it too, honestly. But really gives you a feel for where the state of the Saturn core in this at this current time is. Yeah, you know, the audio ain't where it needs to be yet. Some video glitches and stuff like that, but like, damn, it still loads and plays Saturn games, which is fucking badass. So, you know, this is still coming along. I also don't think it has any means to save data, now that I think about it. So it probably doesn't matter. Right? There's no... Yeah, I don't see any options for saving anything. Obviously, that's something that would come later. Let's see, are there any new characters on this screen? No, I guess not, huh? This thing have some Game Gear games? Yeah, this thing will play Game Gear games. You know, against everyone's better judgment. It will, It's a dipshit question from a dipshit, but didn't the Saturn have 2 CPUs, and does that require 2 cores? No, so, you know, basically, you know, the idea of an FPGA is that you've got a certain number of logic gates that you can program however you need to program them. And so if you need to program those things to basically be 3 different chips, whether you got an audio chip or, you know, like all that sort of stuff, like it uses, you think about it in terms of how much available space you have on the FPGA to recreate the chips you need to recreate, whether that's 1 or 5 or, you know, whatever. Like that's, it's kind of, you know, it sort of depends on you know, the scenario that you're trying to create. So why is that not there? Why is there nothing in a Game Gear directory? Maybe I gotta... What am I looking at here? All right, maybe that's... maybe it's in the Sega Master System directory? Is it trying to load it out of... Yeah. Oh, this is... That's strange. Okay. That's something I need to fix, but... Like Sonic Triple Trouble? Why would we... All right, well... Sonic Triple Trouble not a What am I thinking? What are we thinking of here? Is that a different thing? This should be a full set of Game Gear games. Sonic Blast. Okay. Huh? Oh, no Sonic Blast. Your Sonic Labyrinth. Okay. Oh, God. Are there good CRT filters on a Mister? I'm not really familiar using one. So it does have a lot of options for that sort of stuff. And, you know, some of this stuff is going to look shitty on a stream because when you're capturing it, it ends up looking a little different. Oh, it's listed as Sonic the Hedgehog Triple Trouble. Okay, right. And so this is weird because it's a Game Gear game, but obviously we can kind of try to make it look like a Sony Trinitron or, you know, a PVM or, you know, like these sorts of things. But I never use this stuff because, like, you know, yeah, they rarely look good on a stream. Like when you're streaming this stuff out, it usually ends up looking pretty funky, and so I usually just don't use them too much. That actually looks okay, considering, but insofar as it looks shitty the same way a Game Gear screen looks. Labyrinth of the Sky. Why is the run speed so bad? Why is this like this? Have I been keeping up with the Analog Pocket at all? No, not really. I know some of these cores for the Mister are making their way over there. Which is cool. You know, that's something, you know, like I wouldn't mind owning one at some point, but I don't think I need a handheld one of those. I think the Steam Deck is really meeting my kind of handheld needs, especially when it comes to, you know, emulation and that sort of stuff. Like, yay! I have some of Analog's previous stuff. I've got a Super NT. I've got the NT Mini, the 8-bit Nintendo. And those are nice devices. This is a really rotten video game. I want to thank you for... you know, duping me into playing such a hot game. But we wanted to play Triple Trouble, so we'll figure out... Okay, yeah, here we go. Yep. It's these guys. Remember these guys? this seems, I mean, I'm looking over at the OBS window and the filters seem to look okay. You know, of course, we have a bunch of other video options for, you know, these sorts of situations where you can have an integer, you know, like make sure you're forcing integer scaling, which can help make the scan lines and stuff like that look better. Extended Game Gear resolution. You know, if you want to see the whole screen, the whole thing it's rendering. See what Sega didn't want you to see. This to me is the Game Gear experience, and it's part of why I think the Game Gear sucks. It was like just how, oh man, you know, you end up with these big sprites, but everything is so zoomed in. There were a lot of Game Boy games that kind of did this too, honestly, but not to just single out the Game Gear, but there was just a lot of situations where you just felt like you couldn't see enough because they had to make it like visible at all. Ooh, can we drown? Oh, it doesn't have cool music. Die, motherfucker. I didn't have too much exposure to a Game Gear when they were new. Like I had one, but I had like columns and one other game, and you know, it was just like never really pursued having more stuff for it, you know? Why are there so few games here? That's weird. Oh, because it's SMS stuff. Okay, we loaded the wrong. I was more of a Master System kind of guy. That would be a game. Yeah, that's another game. If I can get light guns working on this thing, I would play some Rescue Mission, which I don't know if you can play. I don't think you can do anything with it without. I don't even know what I would pick here. That all looks bad. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. No filters. Let's go with that. Yeah. No, it wants a light gun. Oh well. Oh well. Anyway. I think that's gonna just about wrap it up here. So, you know, maybe next time we'll play some Afterburner for the ZX Spectrum. And all that sort of stuff. Oh man, all my monitors, all my stuff got reconfigured and sent to other monitors and stuff. Because I turned this middle monitor, flip it over to run the Mr. stuff on it directly via different input. And then eventually the PC goes, there's no monitor there anymore, and does all kinds of weird nonsense. But Windows 11 much better at handling multiple monitors than Windows 10 ever was, which is great. So anyway, yeah, what did we learn here today? High on Life exists. South Park 64 always sucked. The Game Gear is, kind of a disaster, but, nostalgia is what it is. And so some people really like the Game Gear, and the Saturn core on the Mister is coming along. It's making progress slowly but surely. We're getting closer and closer to cycle accurate Sega Saturn games, which is outstanding. And One Must Fall is still an awesome game, despite only playing it single player here. That's something I wonder if Parsec would be probably not good enough to make that work. I was gonna say, could we Parsec up some multiplayer One Must Fall, but yes, and Rise of the Triad is a stone cold classic. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. Is this gonna work? Yeah, there's me, and there's me. Hi. Well, that's going to just about do it. I hope everybody has a terrific rest of your Wednesday. Friday, I believe, is Street Fighter Day. The beta is kicking back off. They took another round. They started sending out invites last night if you signed up. So hopefully some of you got in. And I want to play some Street Fighter 6 on Friday. Of course, that Call of Duty update came out today. So, if you're on the Discord, there's a Game Threads channel or a Game Threads forum section now. The Call of Duty channel there seems to be the most active one of the bunch. Let me look here. Oh, some people talking about Dwarf Fortress and Fortnite and some other stuff. God of War. This Witcher next gen. Yeah, I think I am going to at least take a look at The Witcher again. I really have not liked any of the Witcher games, but they pushed out this update. I only have the PC version, but they rolled it out there, even though they're calling it like a next gen update. It still came out on console or on PC rather. So I'm kind of curious to take a look at that and see how it goes. I don't know what I'd be looking for. My problems with The Witcher were always structural in nature. There was just the aspects of like casting spells and toxicity on your, you get addicted to potions or whatever that stuff was. And over the course of the franchise, I just never really got into any of them. And I remember when Witcher 3 came out, the movement felt really bad. And, they released that update to try to fix the movement. And I tried that. And that didn't really do what I was looking to do anyway. But, hey, I got this fancy graphics card. I see people in the chat are saying that the ray tracing makes it run like shit. Maybe having a crazy graphics card will make the ray tracing run less like shit. Seems like that's the best we can hope for in this day and age is when it comes to ray tracing, is it's not like ray tracing runs outstanding. It's ray tracing still runs like shit, but if you should have seen it on the old card. What a ridiculous world we live in. At least, hey, again, like I was saying on the podcast, like the speed at which that video card, this 4090 renders video out into AV1 format, and like the workflow gains I've got on video rendering in cases where I do need to actually edit videos instead of just uploading them raw is like, that's huge. That ended up being huge for me. So that's pretty rad. And games will catch up, I guess. By the time the games catch up, there will be another even more expensive, even stupider graphics card out. That's how this works, right? DLSS 4 is gonna suck you off. I don't know what it's gonna do. Anyway, we're gonna go. Have a good rest of your Wednesday. Be back Friday to check out hopefully some Street Fighter if the servers are up and all that other stuff in the morning and all that. So take care of yourselves. And hang in there and do your thing and live life. And head over to patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann for more details about the Patreon. You can sign up, get an ad-free podcast, all that sort of stuff. And learn about it. I'll see you. Bye.